the dark side, like it always happens with me. So here I am now, you know, one of the meanest men on TV. But you want to know something? It's a living. And you know, as you know, I also probably, and I haven't checked this out, but I am probably the oldest person on the CW network. I'm 56 years old, and you know what? I still look pretty good, except for the hair. I know. Am I losing it? Because I know but one of my neighbors was one of the executive producers of Smallville, and he then went off to do the new Melrose Place, which none of you have seen, apparently. But anyway, he's a great guy and he's very talented. And I said, listen, you know, his name's Todd. I said, Todd, I would love to be on that show. And so he goes, okay, all right, I'll make it happen. He calls me back and he goes, Kurt, CW says you're too old. But not Supernatural. You know, I got a lot of years left.
Yeah.
I think we've proven that. But anyway, I'm happy to answer any questions or tell you anything that I'm legally allowed to say, which, if you've seen the contract I signed, is you know, basically my name, rank, and serial number. But also, you know, I started out a long time ago. My first job was with the old Knight Rider car. My second job, which I'm proudest of, was with Hulk Hogan in the classic movie No Holds Barred, where I acted with a 6'7" man wearing red spandex, which, hey, I was in show business. And, but no, you know, Wayne's World and Ghostbusters and Scary Movie. I don't want to go through them all. But I'm happy to be here, and if there's anything I can tell you or fill in or answer, you guys have been to more conventions than I have, so you know, ask away.
All right. Hi, Kurt.
Hi.
I'm Ann.
Hi, Ann.
I was going to ask you a psych-related question first, if that was okay. Because you get to play a nice guy on set.
Psych, yeah, oh, that's right, yeah. That's right, and I'm going to be doing more psychs.
But, and now I've forgotten that question, so I'm going to...
Okay, well,
so how was it to... because you're in a few episodes coming up, and I don't want you to spoil them or anything.
Of Supernatural?
Yeah,
yes.
But you hadn't watched the show beforehand, but have you
No.
since caught up on episodes since...
Yes. Yes, I do watch it now. Yeah.
Oh, you do watch it?
Yeah, it's good. Am I holding this mic too close, or is it? Thank you. How's that? Is that better? No. See, I told you, I've never done this before.
So, well, you could answer either one. How is it to work with Jensen and Jared versus James and Dulé?
Oh my God. Well, the thing about, how's this good? The thing about Jared and Jensen and James and Dulé is that, as opposed to many shows, or some shows you might get on, they actually all like each other. They really like working together. Jared and Jensen are like, they seem like best friends. And James and Dulé also do. But whereas, because Psych is a straight out, it's a comedy. And so they're always looking for the funny. They're always, you can improvise, you can basically write your own script. And they just sort of do it on the fly. Supernatural is super scripted, and it's a little bit more of a serious atmosphere until it gets so serious that those two just lose it and start, you know, doing things behind your back while you're... I mean, I could be getting punched or something, and Jared's back there, he's doing this monkey. I never know he's doing it until I go look at the monitor afterwards and stuff. I was doing some scene where I was really close to Jensen, and I was whispering, and Jared took this, they had this little thing that sprays compressed air to clean the lenses off, and he put it up my leg. But they're both super fun to work on, but the process is much more formal on Supernatural and much more improvisational on site. If that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. How am I doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
Good. I'm a huge fan. Like, every time I see your name in something, I'm like, yes, he's in it.
Well, thank you very
and,
much.
So, like, when I heard you were going to be here, I'm like, oh my god, yay.
Oh!
So, besides Supernatural, what has been your favorite experience acting?
My favorite experience acting?
Yeah, because
Wow.
you're such an experienced veteran.
Yes, I am. You know, I get asked that question a lot, and I wish I could tell you it was one of these big movies that made a lot of money, but those aren't my favorite experiences. Number one, they're big movies and they're spending hundreds of millions of dollars and everybody's sort of nervous all the time. And two, when you're making those movies, you don't know they're going to make $100 zillion. So everybody's sort of insecure and worried. But I made a little tiny movie called French Exit, which no one has seen. You've seen it?
Yes.
Stop it! You've seen that movie? That was my favorite job! You saw it! Unbelievable.
Alright, well, I'm going to have to watch that then.
Well, if you can find it, I think you should.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, also, I like doing the show I did for Comedy Central called That's My Bush. That, if you saw the guys in the South Park, it was about the president. It was a live-action show about George Bush when he first got elected. And I played Karl Rove. See? I'm always playing.
Thank you.
Do I go this side now? Yeah.
Hi. Well, she took my question about psych.
Oh,
so I have another psych-related question. Sorry to pronounce them.
I don't care. I love
But
it.
they're my two favorite shows, and you're on both.
Thank you.
So, but anyway, you were in a movie with James Roday 10 years ago called
Yes.
Replicate.
Yes!
I own that movie.
Oh my God! I'll sign it. Oh.
But anyway, I was wondering, what was it like to work with him again 10 years later? Because that was one of the, I think, one of the first things he ever did. And now he's like the lead on a TV show. Like, has he changed or?
Okay, I'll tell you, because that is where I met James. And I met him 10 years ago, and now his girlfriend in real life is on the show, Maggie. Lawson and I are neighbors, and so we see each other at Starbucks all the time. And that's how I got on site, because James called me and said, you know, stop hitting on my girlfriend. Right, okay, yeah. I'm going to take her away from you. Yeah. But then, that was, James, even then, like when I got my first job, I was so thrilled. It was like I was working with Hulk Hogan or whatever, the car. I was like, oh my God, this is fantastic. This is genius. This is brilliant. I'm great. This is great. And Roday already was mature enough to know that we were making like this crappy movie. And he was like, no, you know, I don't want to do this. This is no good. This is, you know, I wish it was better. I want to do better stuff. And he was, you know, he even then really wanted to do his own thing and knew he wanted to do his own thing, and he wasn't just grateful to have somebody open the door for him like I was when I first started working. And, you know, today he's still, I mean, never asks for anything extra on the set. He doesn't have somebody, a personal assistant following him around. He doesn't do any of that stuff. He's a great guy. He really is, I have to say. And Maggie's a great person too, so I'm not even lying. I really like him. He's my friend now.
I love how bad that movie is.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I don't need to transfer. Now, is this right where the mic is now? Let's go over here, sorry.
Hi. I actually seen Pursuit of Happiness, Psych, and Supernatural, obviously. And I liked doing all those. And what was it like working with Will Smith? Well, that's my first part of the question.
Okay, well, I will tell you this. The Will Smith that you see in the movies is exactly the same as the Will Smith in life.
Aww.
I mean, he's except that one where he played the superhero, because he does not fly. He can hover, but he can't fly. And, I mean, he was just like a regular guy. And it wasn't, I mean, there are people who I've worked with who are big stars, and, you know, they can act like